Alrighty, guys. So we have the brand new Hobbit set. We're recording this before the sets come out. Very exciting stuff. What's the plan if we pull the smell? If we pull that big, shiny, golden smell?
I reckon we all go to Tolkien's like home of birth on holiday. We can if it's selling for 35 US roughly.
Okay. So that's about 40,
like
45.
70 grand Australian, right?
Nah, because we're down to 30% conversion now between the Australian dollar and the US dollar.
All right, sorry boys, just me going holiday.
I like it if it's like in theme with Lord of the Rings, where we kind of scramble on top of each other and try and fight to death for the card, right?
Incredible.
So,
Which one of us gets drowned in the lake?
I'm absolutely down for 45k worth of hot pot. I'm just on the hot pot trail at the moment, so if we're down for hot pot,
we'll feast and we'll end up sleeping like smell.
Yeah,
you know what?
From the
I
food
love
coma
it.
afterwards.
I love it.
So, brand new set, exciting times, guys. So, Kurgan, as someone who's from the UK, I just presume that everyone is born with a Tolkien book in hand.
100%.
So, you're going to be our point of reference for all storytelling.
I'm all
Despite
for it.
Danny also being a massive Lord of the Rings fan, I'm going to ask you every single question.
Yeah, he's got a way better memory than I do.
This is the thing. Danny is also a big fan of all the films, which is wonderful because I'm a fan of the book.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Full stop. And so Danny can fill in the parts of the films that I forget.
Because this IP is specifically on the movies, right? Not on the book.
I think it's just general
This is
inspiration.
Tolkien.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the same as Lord of the Rings set, there's a lot of things in it where it drew from like I'm pretty sure there's like a Gambodian card and a couple of other characters that don't appear in the film.
So they have access, unlike Warhammer, where like that's directly from the TV shows and movies.
I forgot. We also have the box topper. Save the box topper for last. Go straight in.
Oh,
yes,
yeah,
no,
box
for last.
That one for last. Done deals.
So Warhammer's license, to my understanding, was initially a little bit more anything mentioned in the text of the books.
Okay.
So the original Shadow and Flame add-on was one of the first ones I got, and that one is where you get your references to your first Moria, Goblin, and Dwarven names that don't actually feature in Lord of the Rings movies, like Dane and so forth, and others. Durin. And so that's kind of where it changed a little after that. New Line restructured stuff, but this one is much more just broadly.
All right,
Tolkien.
so fans of the book are going to be able to see some things that are, I guess, a bit more obscure compared to the movies.
I've got friends who can't read. I'm assuming, otherwise I would have read the book. But they love the films, right? And that's awesome, and that's their thing. And so there's probably a lot in here I think they will be able to latch onto as well. Like I think that's why I love the last set. Is it reimagined Tolkien for me in new ways, which is always exciting.
Okay, we got our first Gandalf pool. This is the uncommon Gandalf's Spark Starter. When he enters, he deals 3 damage divided among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Very much kind of a limited chaff. You know, like a paddle.
I love when I'm among things.
This is what, if you want to run Gandalf Trouble, he's just kind of in the deck.
You can do Gandalf Trouble. I do like that. It's quite funny.
So,
There is a lot of Gandalfs now with this set. Like a lot of Gandalfs. It is...
predominantly, this is Gandalf starting fireworks, Spark Starter.
How many official wizards in Lord of the Rings, Michael?
So, there's 5.
There's 5?
I have nothing else to say. There is 5. So there is 5, and there are the 2 blue wizards that we don't necessarily know anything about. Other people making certain television programs think they know, but that's up to them. I would never comment
Check
on
out the
that.
name on this card. Great, ugly looking goblin. It's descriptive, right?
They put me in the game.
This book, I've actually been listening to the 1968 BBC audio drama version.
Oh, where'd you find that?
It's on Audible.
Oh, is it?
I cannot recommend it enough. The eagle and crow noises are cooked.
Amazing.
Cooked. But the rest of it, honestly, there's a lot of heart to it, and it really captures the theme.
Yeah.
What I love is descriptions like that Tolkien uses. This incredible linguist, he's just like, big ugly goblin.
Yeah,
And it's wonderful. I'm a big fan.
Well, he came very
All
much
right,
from like
so
a
we got
child
our
writer,
first
right?
hit. Storybook art. Thorin, Mountain King. It's trample. When he enters, you attach any number of target equipment you control to target creature you control. When one or more equipment becomes attached to that creature this way, that creature deals damage equal to its power up to one of the target creature. So it's a mono red equipment strategy. You can see mono red equipment strategies, but this is one, it very much gives you a lot more like proactive gameplay, because as you equip equipments, you are dealing damage. Plus, gorgeous.
Do we know what the seeding is? Are we expecting a book cover in every single pack, or is that?
Oh, sure.
quite
I
rare?
went into this set pretty blind. I'm hoping we get some kind of surprise pools. I purposely didn't look at too many of the spoilers. So
We didn't bring sleeves with us either, so we're just raw dogging.
We're going straight in.
Raw dogging the expensive cards.
While you guys have a chat, well, I'm going to quickly adjust the lighting so you guys keep talking about it. Now, Thorin, king of the Dwarves, correct?
Correct.
Was he the one that was pissed off at the Elves for them?
think they were all pissed off at the elves.
Okay.
It's kind of been a long, it's been a long time coming. No, so Thorin and all of his kin have a slight disagreement with elves because elves just suck. That's it. That's
Is it because they keep having love triangles where they get spurned? Somehow the timed cough was even funnier than necessary.
I can't comment on that information, Danny. That's from a different publication.
Have you seen the Hobbit movies?
I have, and Carambine Cinemas never refunded my time.
Sorry. Now, the real good question is, outside of obviously the big dollary do smell, what do you guys want to pull? What is the chase pulls here?
The new white blue guy who is the town leader of the island in the middle of the island. What's he called again? The guy with the bow.
Bard the Bowman.
Yeah, Bard the Bowman. Okay, so I am a big Lord of the Rings fan, but my brain is melted. So
that's fair.
But the new Bard the Bowman card is fucking sick.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, Absolutely. It looks really good, and its abilities are quite cool. I think it looks quite fun. Plus, there's the new box topper Goblin, the Goblin King.
Incredible.
That in the past, I've built a big Goblin fan, big in general Goblin. You can see it from all the logos and everything I've pretty much ever done. So what I did was I set myself a task of creating a commander deck with each one of the color combinations. So it had to obviously have red. So a red green, a red blue, a red black,
beautiful,
red white. And I did a commander deck for each one of them, and all of the commander decks couldn't cross over any goblins. So they all had to be goblin commanders and functional, but they can't have any of the same card in them. And the whole idea was like a project that I created for myself. So you could sit down and play these 4 goblin decks against each other, and they'd have like clearly distinct, while very goblin-y things that they did, right? And the black red goblin was always one that I really struggled with because it was kind of a little bit phoned in. Because it was, you have the mother from the swamp from Duskmoor, it was, and she's fine. Or there's the other goblin from the city planet where you can then pull things from the bottom of your library and put it onto the field.
Okay.
Either way, gimmicky enough, but not very good commanders in the scheme of things. So this new Goblin King commander allows me to go back to the drawing board and readjust some of them and like finish this project that I've been working on for a long time.
I really, really love the fact that The Hobbit, being that it is the origin for so much fantasy, especially obviously the core aspects of, like, I suppose the tropes in Magic, in a positive sense, means that people that necessarily aren't normally keen for Universes Beyond as much, like there's a lot that they can actually take, which is going to start accessing that.
Yeah.
Like Wizards as a tribal is a really good example because obviously
it stays within the fantasy realm that a lot of people have a problem with, that the UBs come away from.
Going back real quickly as well, we just pulled Thorondil.
Oh, nice! That's awesome.
So we have the matching pair of the Dwarf King and the Elven King.
He's very hot. Like the combinations with those, like I can see that in the Commander deck.
Rewind, Danny. I didn't realize you swing that way.
Oh, look, man.
Specifically Elves.
Desperate times, I'll swing anyway. What do you call it? But there's a combination where you can put him in, and it'll just like it's a turn 1 combo.
Right.
With
this card is very, very strong, right? Because it's in Sultai colors. Sultai being already very strong in Commander. A 5 mana 5/6. His cost is a little higher than what you normally want out of your Commander, but he has incredible abilities. He has activated abilities of all elves you control in your all elves in your graveyard, hence the black mana part of him. And then whenever another legendary elf you control enters, draw 2 cards and discard a card. So he generates card draw. He has a lot of activated abilities. It's a different way of playing elves where you want things in your graveyard versus on the board, generate a lot of value there. I really enjoy this because normally elves are kind of locked towards 1 to 2 colors. This is a 3-color elf commander.
Yeah.
Not only that, but I really love again the fact that, because I love Lorwyn Eclipse. I think that set was amazing. I haven't really had enough time to engage with the cards that I got from a local Northern boards. And I'm really excited for Thranduil because he accesses those.
Another Gandalf, this time a common Gandalf. 5 mana, 4/5, 6 mana even. Gandalf's owner shuffles him into their library and draws 3 cards, and he has Ward 3 because he's the Wandering Wizard. He goes back into your library and disappears.
He wanders away for a bit.
So,
incredible.
What an incredible flavor.
No, it's incredible. But Thranduil looks amazing. All my elves I've got from Lorwyn Eclipse and from the Lord of the Rings stuff. The Galadriel as well, because they've reprinted the Galadriel with a new alt art for this set.
Yep. Bard the Bowman, was that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Ooh.
He is a 3 mana 1/3 with reach. Whenever you draw your second card each turn, you put a 1/1 counter on target creature. It gains a lifelink until end of turn. So for an uncommon human archer, quite value orientated.
Yeah, it's cool.
So
I like the ability, and it's something in blue-white where you can focus more on combat, whereas it's usually the blue-white specs are less combat resolution. And I only win games through combat. That's the only strategy I have. So
Can I ask, does Grand Arbiter Augustine now count as a thematic choice? if I put that as like the leader of Dale that nobody likes, and then have Bard there.
Oh, I see.
Right?
Yeah.
See, it's the
now
thing
your
to
friends
think.
can hate you for aesthetic reasons.
Exactly.
I love the art they've done for this set. So there's 2 full arts they've done, right? They've done the ones where it's very much the evocative of a Tolkien adventure, a bunch of the dwarves traveling through Middle Earth.
Yep.
And then there's the ones which is specifically the Hobbit holes.
Yes,
in
correct.
Search for,
They're
I believe they
beautiful.
come in. Also they're gorgeous. These might be my favorite full arts they've ever done.
Yeah.
I agree. That's the. Can I just see that one, Kate?
It's like the panorama scene. So each one of the colors has them going through different like element of the terrain, I guess.
Absolutely. I think, if I'm not 100% sure, I think that's the Karok. So that's where the obviously the Eagles meet up with the party after they escape the Wargs. And what I love is that instead of just doing, they've done exactly what you said, Kang, but they've done more. So they've gone.
Beautiful.
Let's choose an actual spot in the moment. So you could almost have that as just art on your wall.
Yep.
And if you know sort of thing, it's.
This is a gigantic big bear. 7 mana, 10/7.
Big
Mono
bear.
green. This spell can't be countered. Hexproof haste. It's
It's not bad.
for
You know
7
what's
mana.
really good? I believe in this set. This set is the one, or am I thinking of the one from the Marvels set just recently? It's a saga, and the next green creature you cast, you either cast for free or like it
Has
can't-
flash or something?
Right. Yeah.
No.
This is probably
Yeah,
the biggest bear ever printed. 10/7 bear is likely the biggest creature.
The reality is, no
Bears.
matter what kind of fantasy setting you're in, getting eaten by a bear is unideal.
Terrible.
So
It's
Optimal.
suboptimal. Unless you're the bear, in which case I would like to point out. Very, very happy.
straight to hibernation. Yeah. I guess opening, because we're on our 3rd pack now, right? So
third
we've
pack.
identified that you definitely do not get a book cover in
Not
every
in
pack.
everyone. So
Yeah.
this is probably like your box set, I'll be honest.
Yeah.
So this is probably, got to keep an eye for that one there. It's big dollars on that one there.
Again, like we were talking about the price speculation beforehand. Some of those, that I think that's the lowest priced one, but it's at 300 US at the moment. So it's
Yeah.
like that's a lot of
Hobbit.
dollars.
This is Notary Hobbits. How do you guys feel about the showcase frame done for this one here, where it's built to look like the scales of a dragon and the tail wrapping around the frame of the card? Very thematic.
Yeah, it looks really good. I think it'd be pretty cool if they'd done the embossing like they did in what's the street Art Deco set?
Oh,
New
New
Capenna?
Capenna.
Yeah, New Capenna. If they'd done the dragon scales in like the embossing in the same way, but it does look fantastic.
I love it because it doesn't get in the way of the card. It kind of really still keeps the frame looking clean. The card looks great.
And it also, to me, it feels very much like it's in the fantasy book style.
Yes.
Same as Lorwyn again,
Yeah.
right? Like
I
it's
have-
just wonderful.
I have the opinion of I actually enjoy the showcase border a lot more than when they do borderless cards. Because the borderless, sometimes they phone in a little bit. They just zoom in on the art. versus
Yeah, it's just the art
extend out.
expanded out, right?
But the showcase frame always kind of looks great.
And as much as some of the Phyrexian cards are cool, I do like the ability to still read what it says. What?
No, absolutely not. It says poison. What are you worried about?
So the Hobbit itself was a fairly short book, right?
Yes.
This was
Yeah.
Tolkien's attempt at writing a children's novel.
I think that's the funnest part about the whole thing was that he wrote it and was so successful, and then his were like producers. What's a book producer called?
Publisher.
They were like, "Oh, go write another one," and then he comes back with the Lord of the Rings. And they're like, "Excuse me, what?"
This is my opinion of a really strong, uncommon legendary creature. So we have another Thorondil, the Elven King. This one is a 4 mana for 2/3 in Sultai colors, green and blue. He has an adventure side, which really doesn't do that much other than mill and get some cards, some lands out of your graveyard. But specifically having adventure tied onto your legendary creature means you can avoid command attacks.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can keep playing the sorcery adventure side out to
I
cheat him
didn't know
into
that.
adventure and then play him out for later for the 4 mana side.
I also didn't think about that at all.
That's very
So
clever.
it makes it's a more fair way of getting around command attacks than say something like Yuriko, where
Yeah,
it just
yeah.
goes straight into play. But his effect is very strong. As a commander, other elves you control get +1/+1, sure. But landfall, whenever land you control enters, you make a 1/1 elf token.
See, here's the thing. This is why I'm excited for my Galadriel deck, because I'm going to rework it and have her as a creature in the deck.
Yep.
Get her out, protect
demoted.
her, and then 100%, 100%. And then Thranduil obviously triggers her ability. With
I'm setting a bear theme because this is another bear, a 5 mana 5/5 for reach, trample, haste. Just lovely art though. Once again, just they didn't try to overcomplicate it. It is very much a
Yes.
bear in nature doing its thing.
When in doubt, fill with bear.
Exactly right. The bear tribal players in love with the set, right?
I
Outside
might
of
have
us.
to become one because Bjorn. My favorite part of the book is with Bjorn in
Ooh,
it. Is
this
not
one is
that
my
I'll-
favorite. The plains. Just lovely.
gorgeous.
Lovely art because it's just so evocative of classic fantasy, like a nice. The Hobbiton looks gorgeous in this art.
Yeah.
We have our first smell. So this is a
Hey.
4 mana 4/3 Smell the Magnificent. He is the flying haste. Whenever he attacks, you deal damage equal to the number of treasures you control to any target. At the beginning of upkeep, create a treasure token. It's hard to say this is a bad card. 4 mana, 4/3 with haste and flying is very on rate.
Yep.
Plus he generates treasures. He deals damage based on your treasures.
I'd strongly
Dragon
recommend
players are
anybody
in
that
love
pulls
with
this
this.
card. Well, my dear friend Matt built me a Bilbo Baggins deck, Bilbo being my favorite character of all time. He built it for me for Christmas. This goes perfectly in the Lord of the Rings, is it Bilbo?
Oh, yeah.
He develops treasures every time he does an attack, and obviously he can get past people. That is, and I love it. It's so on point. They've really thought about it.
Yeah, I think that's what's really important with what took people in so much in the original Lord of the Rings set was that the UB cards really thought out and it didn't feel like it was phoned in.
Yes.
You know what I mean? It happened very much so with the Warhammer set and then the Lord of the Rings set where it could easily have just been a bunch of cards with like sticky taped things over the top of
course.
it. But they really thought about how the characters would interact with each other, and I like that a lot.
Yes.
This is the Smaug combo pack, right? So we are into our 4th pack now. We have the double Smaug. Smaug the Magnificent pulled into Desolation of Smaug. Desolation of Smaug is a sorcerer that says it deals 3 damage to each non-dragon creature. Okay, dragon players in love with it already. Add 4 mana of any combination of colors. Spend this mana only to cast dragon spells. In a dragon trouble deck, it refunds itself.
Yeah.
So the Tarkir precons I've got. I have some places for that to go. That's really good.
It's likely impossible to build a proper dragon deck without red mana. I feel like red mana is the staple of all dragon decks. Doable, but you're really missing out on some solid pieces and treasures just on theme for dragons.
Yeah. I built an Esper dragon deck just to say that I could.
How do you guys feel about the Great Goblin?
This is the Great Goblin that exactly what I'm talking about.
The Great Goblin you're talking about. 3 mana, 3/2. Whenever one or more counters on a goblin. Whenever you put one or more counters on a goblin, orc, or army you control. So it goes back to Lord of the Rings.
Yep.
The Great Goblin deals 2 damage to any target opponent. Whenever another goblin, orc, or army you control dies, exile the top card of your library you may play until end of turn. Okay, you get pseudo card draw while playing a goblin tribal deck.
Yeah.
Plus, the art for this is incredible.
Yeah, he looks like a little gremlin, which I think is quite funny. Like
Very
they really,
storebook. Ooh,
all of the arts of the Goblin King have really kind of taken on their own, and they're all different. Like there's multiple versions of him in just this set alone. Is that a shiny one?
This is not a shiny one.
Oh.
So we have yet to pull the shinies, but every pack now has had something from a scene. So we're pulling something from the scene.
The minute that shiny Goblin King comes out of there, it's getting taxed.
Belladonna too. So we have a lot of the halflings, right? The halflings are purposely small-mannered creatures with low power and toughness as appropriately. Because they 2-mana 2/2. In my opinion, a lot of the halflings in the set are very strong. I reckon they'll see some play in standard, 7-point likely as well. Just any of the 1v1 formats, very doable. Whenever a token you control enters, you gain 1 life. If this is the first time this ability has resolved, and if it's the second time, you draw a card. And if it's the third time, you put a 1 count each creature you control. So she's mono white weenies. And then drawing cards and putting 1 counters and everything is very doable. Super doable.
That's really cool.
It's funny, I've kept, when we do any of the allocations, I always keep a couple boxes aside, and I use them to bribe like plumbers and electricians and other tradies that we need to do
Look at
things.
the art on this smell.
Because it's always good rate to
It's so smug.
when I'm trying to get things done for not actual dollars. And it's funny, the value of this stuff is going up so incredibly high compared to the US. I'm like, well, if I just wait 6 months, I can get 2 plumbers for,
Ever since they moved
for a box of
art
cards.
cards to specifically collector boosters now, these art cards, hey, this is for the viewer. If you guys have art cards in your collections, worth double checking on the price on them.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
now it's way harder to pull art cards. There is actually a certain value behind the collectors trying to finish their set.
I remember
There's
saying.
54 art cards in this set. It's physically impossible to pull all your art cards now out of a booster box.
Yes, correct.
People are
Yeah.
going to want to finish their sets.
Yeah, I've got a couple that I kept just because they look stunning. So yeah, I might have to bank them up. Unless you want to pay me to do the plumbing, Denny. In which case, I'm sorted.
The
Hey, man, if you want to get down in there, you're welcome to do it.
I definitely know what I'm doing. 100%.
the card, the commander that really got me in this set was Radagast.
Yes.
I think he's a 4-mana. I can't remember his power and toughness, but first creature you play each turn has flash and costs 2 less. Real
Sorry,
simple
that's
green
what I was
design.
trying to remember.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, real
Yes.
simple green design, some shenanigans, green being able to play on opponents' turns and cheat creatures into play. In my mind, I want to play some really like sneaky, like ETB shenanigan style decks. Plus mono green.
But how it's going to get used is someone's going to play a Gulta just before your turn and
Yeah.
then bash you in the face with it.
It's unfortunately.
I was planning to put him in my Shelob deck because I
love it.
have a feeling people might not like Shelob, which is completely unreasonable. So here's my way of trying to
Only arachnophobes, right? Because of the
Correct.
spider tribal.
Correct.
So
No, this is all the art in this has been lovely, but that Thorin is definitely one of the main.
I was going straight in the first pack
That's
lock off the
huge.
Thorin that's spectacular.
We
It was
love
also
that.
the front right pack, which is always interesting, right? So we pulled it from the first front right pack. If any listeners here are opening their collector booster, let us know if you guys also pull from the front right pack.
Because wasn't it the Marvel superheroes, all the kill kids were saying, supposedly right back is apparent.
Because we tried it, didn't work.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it's just a rumor, but you never know.
Having said that, we have our Zach, one of our regular commander players, who did try it and then pulled an incredible card. And I see one piece of evidence,
Okay.
and I take it.
Anecdotally works. So I'm never used to build monocolored commanders, so I'm finally getting around to doing all the monocolors. I have a mono black deck. I'm in the works wanting to build a mono white angels deck, and then I'm thinking mono green. Radagast.
There's something fun. Well, I also have always gone to like 2 or 3 colors at least to maximize your ability to have like removal and card draw and this kind of stuff. The game's come a long way since even when we all started, and the monocolors are far more supported that you can do that. But it's also fun to be able to build a deck and be like, all right, I don't need $700 worth of lands.
Just basic land. How do you guys feel about the storied mechanic? If you control 3 or more artifact, legendaries, and/or sagas, you have an enduring story for the rest of the game. So it's just a check mark on the game too. Once you get 3 of these artifact, legendaries, or sagas, you are now storied, and all your creatures get better.
Kind of like a city's blessing or something.
Like a city's blessing, effectively, right?
I really like it from a thematic perspective. I think it's beautiful. I really like it. I also love it as well because the entire point of the story, of course, is that everything happening is because of a saga. Smaug's downfall is because he buys into his own saga. The arrogance and the goldlust, the dwarves, is because they are driven by their own saga and so on and so forth. So I really love that. I think that's beautiful.
The most decrepit old bird. I'm noticing a lot of these creatures have very descriptive names, evocative of a narrative, right?
What's the most decrepit old bird referring to?
So I don't know if this is the actual one, but there is an old raven, and it's the raven that flies down when the dwarves are stranded on the outside of Erebor and they're looking for the door. Yeah. And they're waiting for the light of Durin's day to shine upon the keyhole. And it's this old raven.
I did forget,
Remember? And he flies down, and then he's like, you know, you are son of Thrain, son of Thror, I remember your grandfather. And then, you know, is the reason that they actually managed to find the door. And so I believe that's what that's referring to, because technically they need to give it a name, obviously, as a creature.
So here's a fun bit of flavor, right? So normally on a token you have token creature, human soldier, but on specifically the dwarf token in this set, it's Tolkien creature.
That is cool.
Fun little flavor.
Very
there.
cool.
Just a little
I like
spice.
that.
I wonder if that changes anything legality-wise in the game.
You can't play it as a creature now. That's it. Oh, wait, does that mean... Wait.
You can build token creature tribal.
Wait.
Tolkien.
No. Come back to me.
Tolkien is now in the rules. Tolkien is now officially in the rules of Magic the Gathering.
We did it. Amazing.
I have built decks where the only creatures in the deck have to come from spells that they get created from. So that's effectively the only token deck. So you could do that where the only creatures in the deck are token decks.
The big one here is, we were mentioning earlier, the Wizard Staff. It's kind of a very evergreen staple.
It's
right?
pushed
A 2-mana artifact that has equipped creature has prowess. Okay.
Not bad.
If an ability of an equipped creature triggers, it triggers an additional time.
Can I ask a question? The last set that we had at Northern Boards was, of course, Marvel.
Yes.
And there's prowess, Thor.
Yeah.
If I give him the wizard staff, is he prowess?
They do stack, yes.
Yes. The ability triggers an additional time. But it only triggers one more time.
Yeah, some things like...
Which is, 4 times prowess.
Yeah.
If he has double prowess triggers.
Not bad.
Yeah. So there's like some things like Cascade and Prowess, they can have it multiple times, whereas... Because it can affect them multiple times.
You have an incredibly angry Thor.
Whereas like something like Vigilance, it only just creates the same effect multiple times, effectively. So you can have it 5 times, but there's no point, effectively.
This one here is a really fun one. So we have some big splashy spells in the set now. Insight information, once again, gorgeous art of the smell. Exile the top X cards of target opponent's library. You may play those cards this turn. If you cast spells this way, pay life instead of its mana cost.
You know what, Kang? We had a chat recently where you explained to me that it's someone building Sheila Golgari.
Yeah.
My life is a resource.
This is the how low do you want to go?
Yeah.
Because it's pure greed, right? Like I'm going to target one of my opponents. So one person at the commander table gets gonked. I'm going to get a bunch of their cards, but I'm going to pay my own life for it. So I play mono black. I love life as a resource in mono black. This might find a home in my mono black deck just as a fun little gotcha.
Yeah, I use my life as a resource every time I eat a cheeseburger.
Oh no!
There's a book, the Codex from the original Strixhaven, and it's the only commander you can have that isn't a creature, I believe. Still, it used to be. I don't know if it still is now, but it's basically a codex, like a book, and then that. But it is 5 colors. So you can effectively use the 5 colors. And I like the idea of that codex, and then you only play spells like the dwarf one that creates tokens. And then if there's Tolkien creatures now, there's nothing to say that next year there isn't like, who's the famous old guy that created all the Marvel characters? Stan Lee. You could have like a Stan Lee creature or something like that. And then this codex produces only creatures of authors from before.
Cool.
You know, we didn't actually get a Stan Lee cameo or reference in any of the Marvel sets, I realized.
True,
Not allowed to, I believe.
Interesting.
Yeah. I wouldn't say anything more on it because
I haven't watched the Marvel movies in a hot minute. Do we still get Stan Lee cameos in Marvel?
I don't know.
They did one with a digital one, but I think there's a lot of
the last one,
things going around now that he wasn't treated very good at the end of his run.
That's kind of
very unfortunate. Apparently, his family was estate was mistreating.
It was an elderly abuse, unfortunately. But the thing is, which is obviously awful, and obviously, I haven't watched Marvel really since the Avengers sort of wrapped up.
Yep.
The cards have a postman in the Marvel set, and I swear it's the closest they came to it.
Yeah, okay.
I remember seeing that card. But I'm also insane, so maybe I imagined it. Who knows? Now, the other thing as well, Thorin Oakenshield, I adore alongside Bilbo, so I'm lovely to see that card. But what I also love about this set is even the normal cards, like the other, when they haven't got that special treatment, there's still the artists that they've got. And on my Instagram now, I'm just following all of them as they pop up. They're still stunning.
Yeah.
Like they feel special to pull. Especially if you're engaged in.
Ooh, Minas Tirith. Minas Tirith enters tap, knowledge control a legendary creature. Adds white mana as a legendary land. It's 2 mana tap, draw a card, activate only if you tackle 2 or more creatures this turn. So it's a reprint of the Lord of the Rings Minas Tirith.
Beautiful.
But once again, it's hard not to love the design of Minas Tirith.
Yeah, they really did a pretty good job. They looked back on all the cards that are really quite expensive from the set, the original print cards, and they've really hit the mark on most of the ones that really required reprints.
Because they've done the Flowering of the White Tree in this set as well, haven't they?
Yeah.
And that is an incredible card. I would love to actually draw it once.
It doesn't always feel like it, especially when they do like a secret lair and you're like, oh, none of these cards are really worth that much money. It's really cool art and like design or whatever they've done with a projection, but whether the price makes any difference. Whereas this, it kind of looks like someone went to, like a fantastic singles website like Northern Boards, went to the Lord of the Rings set, clicked it to highest value down, and just picked it for the first 30 cards. Which, to be honest with you, when you're looking for reprints, that is what a lot of the time you're looking for.
Oh, 100%.
And we've talked about it before in many sets, like the Double Master set, where the booster packs were $90 a pack, right? And they all had box toppers and all the hits. It hurt to open a $90 box topper and you open a $1 reprint. You know what I mean? And it was very good happen all the time.
The disappointment in this set is that we didn't get a true reprint of the One Ring, right? The One Ring is only through the box toppers, which means the One Ring is still going to stay very expensive.
Yeah.
Which is, it's okay for the One Ring to be very chase.
I didn't realize the One Ring is only in the box topper.
I think it might only be in the box toppers. Maybe there's a chance you can pull out of the collector boosters.
It's the thing that they've done very well to sort of promote the set, and they've kept it so much of it hidden until the very end. But yeah, the box topper thing I didn't realize either. There was a lot of the details, and to be fair, that's my excitement.
A foil One Ring is like, besides that one that was in the panorama thing, all the rest are like $1,000 now. Fucking crazy.
I mean, I went to a draft at Northern Boards and I pulled a One Ring in my very first pack of Magic Over.
Really?
Which is my first experience at Northern Boards as a Magic fan instead of a Warhammer fan. So
I see that those packs really worked out for us.
I was just going to say, if you go to Northern Boards, you're guaranteed to get a One Ring in the pack. That's it. That's just how it works. And if you're not Gollum stole, that's how it works. Question for you two, as experienced Magic players. So one of the cards I was actually really hoping to see, because I think this is a card that definitely people love to see played.
Oh, okay. We have our first search foil. The Witch King of Angmar.
Oh, this thing is sick.
Beautiful search foil. I'm going to get up into the frame for this one to make sure the viewers can see it.
This is where he's on the ramparts of like Minas Tirith, right? I think this one.
This is beautiful art. Whenever one or more creatures deal combat damage to you, each opponent sacrifices a creature of their choice that dealt combat damage to you this turn.
Yep.
The ring then tempts you. Discard a card, Witch King of Angmar gains indestructible end of turn, tap him. He's a 5-mana 5/3 flying. He very much is that classic kind of, what's the enchantment in the black enchantment that says when someone deals damage to you, they die?
Oh, No Mercy?
No Mercy. Similar to a style of effect where people get punished for attacking you, so they really have to kind of consider whether they should attack you or not. And if you play
a grave pack, then you have to sacrifice a creature, then they have to do it again.
And then it just go again.
Fun for all your friends.
One of the black commanders, am I right?
Sorry, that sounds really, really terrible. Can you write this down for me?
Plus, he has discard a card. He gains indestructible end of turn, so he's actually and very tricky to deal with.
Yeah.
So the tapping part is incidental, but in Commander, just if they're attacking you, they lose their creature. No big.
No, I adore that artwork. I think that is absolutely marvelous.
Here we are.
I'd like to play my Lord of the Rings deck in a Krispy Kreme, because then every time I'm there, the ring will tempt me.
Donut.
Donut joke, classic donut jokes.
joke. I know what I was going to ask was in Elvish, the word for farewell is Namaria. And I thought, what a great opportunity to reprint farewell, the magic card.
Oh, yeah.
Beautiful.
Right, with that. And it didn't happen. What is, as people who actually know magic, right, what Hobbit cards would you, or what cards would you love to have seen reprinted in the Hobbit or a Universes Beyond set that you think would work perfectly in that IP? As like where the word translates. Like for me, being able to play Namaria, I would say it very gracefully, and everyone at the table would be super excited.
Yeah,
Obviously,
yeah.
It's a beautiful card to play, right? And everyone loves Farewell. But
So
like, what card? What
Mine
card
wouldn't
would
be
you
a very inexpensive one, but when we knew that the Lonely Mountain was going to get featured in the Hobbit set, right? I don't know too much about the Lonely Mountain, but I would have loved like a Valakut reprint or some sort of notable notable mountain card. Getting a reprint would be really cool because
That's a beautiful
Valakut
idea.
is kind of the most notable mountain in Magic the Gathering. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I really love that. Yeah.
I think the if you could get some where there's a what's the land where you tap it and it basically removes them from combat.
as in it phases them out, or
No, just remove. You tap the creature. Maze of Ith. There's Maze of Ith, right? You know, in the forest where they get lost and they get disorientated.
Amazing.
So Maze of Ith is like it's a land, but it doesn't. You can't. I don't think there's actually any. No, there's no mana on that land at all. So it means it's a thing you can enter the battlefield and takes up a land playing slot for that turn, right? But it doesn't. It can't be counterspelled. It's really hard to interact with. So it's like a safety net you can always have on the field that's hard to interact with. And all it does is it's just a colorless land that doesn't tap for any mana, but it can remove target creature from combat. And because it has no color, quite often it gets around the protection unless they have like Hexproof specifically. Yes. So it's a cool card, and I really like the idea of them entering the forest and then getting disorientated and coming out the other way or something.
No, that's a great idea. That's really cool.
There's quite a few cool things like between the book and the movie. Like there's different moments where some things like had a bit of, in the movies, definitely a lot of like artistic license going on.
Course.
But there's a lot of cool stuff that I feel like it needs. It's for the mega nerds like us that really are going to appreciate it, whereas the average person might skip past one of those things. Right?
Yeah.
all right. So we got the showcase gold of foil. So showcase foil, not gilded foil.
Very cool.
Smile the Magnificent. Beautiful. We also pulled the Orcarist, the Goblin Cleaver,
Which is an incredibly good card.
It just kind of this set feels like it's very much a love letter for people who enjoy playing the tribal decks. Right?
Yeah.
Elf tribal, Goblin tribal, Dwarf tribal, dragons. You have so many options here. You want to play tribal decks, right? This is another one that supports those style of decks. Although it's not called tribal anymore. Now they call it typal. What's it called?
Typal decks.
Kindred typal decks.
Is there something wrong like politically with the tribal, or they're just trying to
They
give it
moved
a
away
term?
from the name tribal, which is so. If for the viewers, if you're not sure, tribal just means we play of a certain creature type.
Yeah.
That was old terminology, but I think now they're moving away.
Because there's a card type called tribal. So like, I don't know if you know this, Michael, but like, we have enchantment and creature stuff. There is one of those types
they've
is
renamed
tribal.
it Kindred.
They've renamed it Kindred?
Kindred.
Oh, okay.
So Kindred spells.
There you go.
Yeah, it's one they gave up on almost instantly, and it was first in Lorwyn, I'm pretty
I
sure.
think it might be Lorwyn.
Yeah.
Although we need Matt on the podcast here.
Oh, yes. I've seen the Spice 8 Rack video about the Lorwyn because that's how I first discovered it.
And I know the next set had it because there was the Eldrazi tribal spell that was in there, and then they gave up on it instantly. So maybe it is they don't want to use the tribal because it's segregatory, like in some way. I
Might
don't
just
know.
be the wrong way of describing.
Yeah,
creature
it could
type,
be
right?
obviously with being a big brand, right? Like
Yeah.
they'll have that advice in there, but
But the Orcarist, right?
Orcarist, incredible.
Artifact that just goes into tribal decks that says make treasures equal to your creature types.
Typal.
Typal decks. Mind my language, even.
Yeah, rethink the last 10 years
just-
of your
are
life.
you guys able
Sorry,
to
I'm
name-
recovering from Orcarist. I only play typal decks.
Are we able to name all the dwarves?
Yes.
Are you guys familiar enough to name all the dwarves?
Oh God, not with 4 hours sleep. I could try.
So Owen the Brave. Describe this one.
Oin the Brave.
Owen the Brave.
Oin.
Owen.
Oin.
Owen.
So Oin effectively is relative who throughout the books you don't really get too much. Also the book you don't get too much interaction with him, but he has a beard. He's small.
As per
no.
dwarves.
He has 2 legs.
He's bipedal. Is anti-dragon. No, I honestly, off the top of my head, Oin as a specific character we don't get too much on. The dwarves we get a lot on. Obviously, Thorin Oakenshield. Balin, because Balin eventually leads, of course, into the famous scene with Balin's tomb.
Yes.
We have Keely and Feely are a little bit more featured in the book because they're the youngest dwarves. So they're kind of Tolkien's excuse to reiterate things when you, even as a reader, you're kind of like, well, I know Bilbo knows this and everyone's keeping up.
Yep.
They're that aspect in there to show the youth. And of course, they do not have the best. Or
Okay, so we can pull more than one per box.
Okay,
So we
cool.
pulled the Search for a Lonely Mountain.
Ooh.
This one is, we mentioned the Lonely Mountain, right? The card itself. This land is tapped unless you control an equipment, sure. For 5 mana even, you tap, create a 2/2 red dwarf creature token. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each equipment you control. So for equipment style decks, notably, for example,
Oh, that is
Thorin,
cool.
You kind of make sense, right? It's a red, it increases red mana. Red
So, and if you have enough, you can
dwarves,
just tap it for
equipments.
free to make a dwarf.
You have, or
effectively?
taps for 1 red.
Like you said,
Taps for 1 red.
always 1 red.
The important thing about this card is that I don't think this makes mana at all.
Oh, so it's just like the Maze of
No,
Ithilien,
sorry,
just-
it's a land mountain. It would tap for mana. It would still tap for mana, I believe.
Okay.
So, and then you can also tap it to have the effect. So,
Yeah, because
but-
it doesn't have a type on, does it? Yeah.
correct. But how lovely is it with it shaped to look like an old worn book? Even has a little like a publication in the top left here.
It
Yeah,
is
they look really
gorgeous.
good.
all the decisions they made for this set, honestly, I'm just ecstatic with. And I am an absolute.
So you're 4 dwarves in, don't forget.
With 4 dwarves.
Philly.
Sorry. Yeah, so what did I say I was going to show?
So, sleepy.
Well, I guess we're 5
It was
because we've got
Thorin, Dopey.
Barlin, Dwalin, Oin, Gloin.
Yep.
Off the top of my head, I think Oin is Gimli's uncle, because Gloin is his father.
You can tell because they rhymed that one together.
How did you know? There we are, sir.
I was going to name my child Spaniel, but you know, damn, this thing looks good as.
It is a beautiful card. It is a beautiful card.
It's hard as like, you know, game store people. Like Kang's always we've had this discussion for a long time. The perfect game store employee is someone who really likes the stuff but doesn't want any of it because it can all
You just take it away from the customers.
yeah,
right?
you're taking away from the customers. But irregardless of somebody who's really settled down on Magic the Gathering for quite a while now, all this Lord of the Rings stuff is like so good looking, and it takes a lot of what do you call it? Self-control to be like, you know what, Daniel, just off to the website she goes.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie to you. As soon as you pulled that Thorin before, I was like, I pulled Thorin.
I don't need rent this week.
Oh my goodness.
There's a few dwarves missing.
I don't know. I'm gonna
okay.
go. Okay, I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna have to go all at once because I'm too tired to remember
part of
what I've said.
the fun.
This is, in my opinion, one of the strongest creatures that they've actually made in this entire set, which is the Queen of Dale. For 2 mana, 2/1 for a human creature. Not a very big creature, but whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, you recruit. Recruit makes a 1/1, I believe it is.
Yes.
So this card is so crushing in those like Death and Taxes style decks that plays against the control decks, right? It's almost like a Thalia style effect of punishing your opponent from playing non-creature spells. In the format that we enjoy playing, say like Legacy, Modern, 7-Point Highlander, if your opponent brainstorms into this, suddenly there's another 1/1, and then you have a 2/1 and a 1/1 just punching in. That poor old control player is trying to do things and you're just punishing him.
Sorry, poor old control player.
Who is the Queen of Dale? Is this before Dale is on the river and it's more in the original context of Dale when
So, to be honest with you, this is one of the things I've seen the card. I love the card. And I love the art as well. I'm going to be very honest with you. I cannot recall a specific mention in the Hobbit book
about the Queen, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So what I imagine it was probably before the
Because it
Desolation
can't
of Smaug.
it can't be during the story because there's no queen, there's no king, so there's a steward, right?
Yeah, correct.
And then prior, there obviously was at some point.
Yeah, so there would have been, because the Desolation of Smaug is massive.
Yes.
Obviously, when you get there I think Tolkien does a very good job when you get there as a reader being like, oh, there is nothing.
Yeah.
And like his fire is that awful. The ire is so strong that there is nothing left. And it's a massive area, so you would assume a regency, right? And in fact, even in the song, the dwarf song that obviously gives you the backstory.
Glorin the Mighty. Did we mention Glorin?
Could I
Gloin?
Gloin, father
Gloin
of
the
Gimli.
Mighty.
So Gloin is important because Gloin also becomes very dear friends with Bilbo and visits him in Bag End. He actually travels to Bag End to visit him, and he's also
He's the only one that does, right?
He's the only one that does,
Yeah.
and also at the Council of Elrond, in the dinner before the council, he makes a point of talking to Frodo as well. And it's something that I love that Tolkien did, that having grown up reading The Hobbit and then you go to Lord of the Rings, is that there's this genuine friendship there and love for...
It's almost like that
We
realization
pulled
that...
the Smell Wicked Worm
very
into
nice.
Storybook Smell Wicked Worm.
Oh, really?
He won up himself.
So there's 3 storybooks now.
How many we got? 3? Is it
Now,
3?
notably, one is in 4, one is in Search for, and one in non-4 so far.
Okay. So that means there's multiple slots within the collectible
Multiple slots.
pack. Yeah.
But the foiling, the finish is where a lot of the collectability will lie,
Yes.
right?
And that must be the expensive ones that I've seen are the Surge foils.
Absolutely.
I'm very happy to see so many of them coming through a collector booster box.
Elven Passage. Pay 1 life, sacrifice this land, search a library for a basic land card, put on the battlefield tapped, then shuffle. You may behold an elf. If you do, untap that land. It's not quite as good as Fable Passage, right? Because Fable Passage has the extra condition of just finding a basic land and putting it untapped if you have control 4 more.
Yes.
But if you're an elf deck, it is another way for you to fetch land.
The Elven Passages is primarily the only reason that blue collar men go to work. So.
Oh no.
There's some notable dwarves we're missing from our lineup.
Yes, sorry. I got distracted by Deep Lore. Bifur, Bombo.
There we go.
It's a mean
Dori,
wolf.
Nori, Ori.
I think you got it now.
I think it should be it. Shall I go from the top? Thorin, Gloin, Oin, Bifur, Bombo, Keely, Feely, Nori, Dori, Dwalin, Barlin, and Ori.
That's right. Yeah,
I think I'm correct.
Now tell me the order they come into the West House.
Okay, right. No.
Now, is there any cards that we have? So we haven't pulled a Radagast for me yet.
True.
We have pulled your Goblin King.
Yes.
And what did you want to do? Is there any cards that
I
you
would
really want?
love to see. Now, I'm just double checking the Mithril coat being gifted by Thorin to Bilbo. That's in.
I think there is a Mithril.
I believe it is
So
it's a reprint of. It's a reprint one though.
Is it a secret lair? Or is
Nah,
that in
I
here?
think
'Cause
it's
I
a
would
box
love
top
to
of.
see that.
If the One Ring is in the box shop, I believe the Mithril Coat is then also only in the box
Actually,
shop.
the other one I would love to see the Wild Chieftain. So being a big fan of.
We have pulled,
yes.
we pulled the big wolf. Is that what it is?
Yes, sorry. Oh, we did. My apologies. I missed that one. Yeah, because big fan of the Wild list in the Middle Earth strategy battle game. For anybody who thought we were going to get through an episode without mentioning it. And yeah, no, I love all the creepers and the crawlies and the goblins and the wargs. So I would love to. Obviously, we've seen him already.
Have we found a Tom and Bert yet? Tom, Bert, and William?
We have found a Bomber, Gentle Dreamer, Dwarf Bard.
That's when he's Gentle Dreamer, I'm assuming, is a reference to the fact that he is the one that falls asleep, of course, in the river in Mirkwood. Oh, Supper for Spiders. If there's a Supper for Spiders, dear listeners and viewers, you're not getting it. It's mine. I'm taking it. You can't stop me. I can't run very fast, but I'll get there.
Roll. So 4 rolls, 3 mana saga. It just repeats itself 4 times. Exile up to 1 target creature or land you control, returns back under control. So it flickers. So you flicker 4 times on a saga.
That's very good. That's going right in Galadriel.
Plus, these sagas, they are just chapters of the book, I presume, iconic parts of the story.
Not chapters quite, but references, absolutely.
Definitely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Have we come across the Lord of the
Mountains
Eagles?
Cold. 3 mana for a saga that also repeats 4 times. Create a treasure token. Then you control 4 more treasures. Sacrifice this saga. If you do, create a 6/6 red dragon token with flying. The Misty Mountains Cold.
And of course, in the previous set, Lord of the Rings, we got the saga, which ends up with a Smaug that when he dies, you create 13
So my answers have been praised. I pulled a Radagast.
Hey!
4 mana for a 2/5 even. So his stats are actually quite heavy on the back end, makes him harder to deal with, and he can block. Gorgeous art. I just love Radagast as a character in the Middle Earth storyline of him just hanging out. Because effectively, him and Gandalf are gods, right? Or angels and such. Equivalencies. So he just chose to hang out with nature and be one with the peace of the forest. Bears and foxes hanging out with him. Creatures expose. The first creature you cast each turn costs 2 less and can be fast. Flash. Simple design.
Love it.
Strong.
We absolutely love it.
The Shire.
Beautiful.
And then last card, Tom, Bert, and William.
Oh, there you go. That's such a funny one to
the
end
3
up
of
on.
us.
Yeah. So because obviously this set is a bit smaller. How are we feeling about it overall? Are we thinking...
Now, this is the great challenge of opening this box up, which is a single card, it feels like, without damaging it.
Yeah.
Right?
Some famous Northern Boards alumni, not very good at this. We had some grease box toppers in our time.
Oh, no.
You guys chatter while I figure out the puzzle that is this box topper.
Honestly, overall, beyond anything, this is my favorite thing in the world.
Yeah.
And the treatment of it, and the love and the passion, and the fact that Wizards have found those artists that really capture magic and joy, I think is very important. I adore it. I've changed my mind a little bit. I was a little bit upset about the size of the set, because obviously it's my favorite thing, right? So
You want to go deep.
I'm glad they didn't. I think the quality of this set is infinitely better because they were reserved.
Yeah,
because they were
It's a shorter story. No need to overdo it in the set, right?
Exactly.
I always have the opposite opinion. I was like, I just want as much as possible. Like, I'm just happy to be there.
Fair.
And it's like I think,
As Smaug even.
but before you flipped this last the box topper, the movies. Obviously, were you a fan of the movies at all?
No, I have unfortunately been cursed with something called functioning eyes. So when I saw it, look, the thing is, I'll be honest with you. Here's the thing. I will say this, and I'm being objective, but I do mean it.
Yeah.
When those films came out, I had lots of friends who dismissed the book.
Mm-hmm.
They have now read the book. They are now watched Tolkien. They have children. They have watched Tolkien with their children. And there is something very, very special about the lessons that man poured into his books, which I think are universal. I think they transcend culture. They transcend anything. And they are just very valuable. And we really do need to pay attention to them. And the films inspired people to go and discover that. I think genuinely that's really special. The fact that certain people need to be executed for their interpretation of the book, that's my opinion, is irrelevant. Like, I genuinely mean it. And I don't watch it myself, but I love that people discover Tolkien through that medium.
Beautiful.
Absolutely.
I always think it's a big part of it is just I love the world so much. I'm just happy to be there in whatever like version of that is. And even though I have my limits, I think the Lord of the Rings TV show really pushed me to my limits of like, I'm happy to be here. Like, a bit of a gun to my head situation.
Fair.
But I think with the sets and like, the different, I guess the way they've portrayed some of the characters from the Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings set, I think it's just really cool to have it in a place where if that's what was required to get for those to end up on a Magic card, I'm all in.
Exactly. And that is exactly it. Who knows where we would have been without the film.
Yeah.
So.
And now, the last card of the collector booster.
Oh,
Sauron,
very cool.
the Dark Lord.
No way.
How appropriate would it be to be not Paul Sauron? The main antagonist behind the entire storyline, the person behind and responsible for the ring itself. This is a reprint of this is the commander. This is the one you run as your commander if you want to play Sauron.
Yeah, I think it's the most played Grixis commander now.
Yeah,
which is Grixis is the most played 3-color.
It'd be him and is it Kefka from Final Fantasy?
There's a few. Grixis is very popular in Commander, so there's a few high contenders here. He's a 6-mana 7/6, which is very heavy for your commander. But for Sauron, you want to be ramping up to the big baddie, right? Legendary creature, avatar, horror, ward, sacrifice a legendary artifact or legendary creature. His ward cost is immense. It's actually very hard to deal with Sauron without board wiping because that ward means you have to sacrifice usually your own commander.
I play 2 Sauron decks, and this is a commander that catches people out every time where they want to
power shares. No, you can't.
Yeah, they want to remove it, and they have to sacrifice their own commander, like their own leader, which I think is very indicative of, again, what we talked about, like them being written so well. If you're having to sacrifice your own character to do the right thing is kind of like, you know what I mean? It's just so indicative
it's the narrative matching
the sacrifice you have to make. Right?
Absolutely.
Whenever an opponent casts a spell, amass Orcs 1, this makes your army. You get an Orc army so quickly, so large. Whenever an army you control deals combat damage to a player, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, you may discard your hand if you do draw 4 cards. He has card draw, token generation, and a big beefy commander all on a stick. There's a reason why he's very popular as a Grixis commander plus how thematic.
I would also say as well, in addition to the max of that card, within the bounds of the Hobbit as well, anybody looking to build a thematic deck, it's actually really, really cool. So there's a lot of Lorwyn Eclipse cards again that will be beautiful for this because, of course, when he's in the Hobbit, he's referred to as the Necromancer.
Yep.
And everyone's suspicious of who he is. And obviously, if you've seen the films or read the books, then you sort of find out about it towards the end of the story. But I love the fact that we have so many cards that like have recursion even in the Lord of the Rings set, and you can really play into that vibe of like more of the magic side of him, like with Grixis as well. The discard, the sort of like Mirkwood itself is almost shutting down in that part, and it's very much fading away and like turning cruel and all the thematics. Again, that's why the set being smaller for me, I'm like, I don't really mind because everything about it. I know there's obviously
they've nailed in what they have done. For sure.
Absolutely.
This set being so beloved by the Magic community as well really kind of brings in the question of the universe beyond. If they were more selective with the universe beyond, right? Pick stuff that is more fantasy adjacent or more thematic to Magic the Gathering. If players would have the same negative reception to universe beyond, or if it's a case of because I hold the opinion of people like to complain about universe beyond until it's their universe beyond. Because there is going in as well later on. The next universe beyond we have this year will be Star Trek.
Yeah.
And there's not a lot of Star Trek fans, at least here on all the boards. But I know there are people out there that really love Star Trek, and they will adore the set, and they want to collect those signed cards. And it's the same situation of being behind all the boards here in the count as well. You don't want to yuck someone's yum, right? They enjoy it.
100%.
I'm not going to be out here to spread negativity about someone enjoying the Star Trek set.
I think that's absolutely the correct thing. Is that for the people that are really into the Lord of the Rings, there's going to be those exact people for Star Trek. And if it's
100%.
not your thing, like that's the benefit of there's a lot of shit that's given to Magic as a company because they're just pouring out so many sets. But I think for a long time, what we've really tried to hammer into people is like, you don't have to keep up with every set. Pick the one you like. Like if you want to go back to the good old days of 3 sets a year or 4 sets a year, just pick the 3 or 4 you like the most.
And
then,
realistically, yeah, that's true. Not only that, but like, there's also a lot of people that will discover Magic still through Universes Beyond.
Yep,
You don't
absolutely.
necessarily see it. You might not be in your friendly local gaming store. You might not be at Northern
We
Boards.
also
or
only
Thursday
pulled
Night
4 art cards in an entire box.
Ooh.
Just saying, viewers, double check your art
Yeah,
cards.
no, good shout. Very good
So-
shout. But no, like you're going to go into Northern Boards. You're playing Game of Commander. You're not going to see that person who starts Magic because that happens. Janeway is their captain, or Picard is their captain, or whatever. But like it is special, and it is the reason someone got started.
Yep, absolutely.
And I think just facilitating that and being excited for those people is good. And I'm also going to say that I do have some friends who I will enjoy playing with, and I am going to see Benedict Cumberbatch children because they're going to fold because they can't afford a normal children, so they're going to get that one.
You can even if he's in Marvel, right? He plays Doctor
Marvel?
Strange.
He
plays Smaug, and he plays
Khan.
Yeah. We could do a whole.
You can do
Benedict
type all
Cumberbatch
Benedict
set.
Cumberbatch.
You know what? I'm pretty keen.
I'm not against it. I'm not against it. He will be in more universes.
What other
beyond
things
that.
he's done? Sherlock Holmes, right? What else has he
Sherlock
done?
Holmes. I'm sure we'll get a secret layer of Sherlock Holmes. Investigate, right?
Yeah.
Return to Karloff Manor. You can have, like,
beautiful. The Cluedo show.
Yes,
Return to Sherlock Holmes.
exactly. It would make a lot of sense. I think that'd be cool. Actually, can I ask? Because this is actually something I watched on game nights.
The Chief Wog you mentioned previously.
Can I have a look?
Of course.
Delicious. It's my card now. You fool. No, so I was going to ask you guys, if you could choose... No, I'm going to ask you this. What's your wildest pick? What's your wildest pick for a Universes Beyond set? So I saw this on game nights, and somebody said something, and it was WWE, and I went, that's not wild. I think that's like seconds away.
Yeah.
But what is your like absolutely left of center?
Cartoon Network. Universe Beyond Cartoon Network.
Okay.
Interesting.
Millennials, Cartoon Network generation,
Why not? Why not?
And then it would be so controversial. People, because you have cartoon characters and all sorts of different styles of arts clashing in the middle of Magic the Gathering. But someone out there is going to love the idea of playing a Johnny Bravo commander.
Me.
deck.
It's me. I would-
NCIS Children's Special.
The rare collectibles is the victims.
Everything is just clues. The whole set's about clues.
Incredible.
So how do we feel about
No, I want something real specific, like the Abyss.
The Abyss.
It's just like
actually,
it's a movie, but it's
Okay,
real.
okay. Predator would go
Secret Lair
hard.
billionaires? Secret Lair billionaires, and you're trying to pull like search for Elon Musk. You're like, damn it! I just put a regular Ford Mark Zuckerberg instead.
Ken, you're
Damn
the
it."
man to ask this. Give me the color combination and the base rules text
of Elon Musk. Elon
Give it
Musk
to
would
me
be
immediately.
blue, black.
Waste.
Oh,
Blue Black Waste would work.
Blue black wastes.
Yeah, I
Oh,
think
that
so.
would make sense because Tesla, they're mining lithium right everywhere they're generating. So it would be something like
And he would create.
he would have to make power stones.
No. It'd be those satellite drones that come from the Edge of Eternities.
Oh,
he'd make the satellite drones for Starlink.
Yeah.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
There you go,
Very
there you
nice.
go.
And Aether Drift, obviously the foil treatment from Aether Drift.
Absolutely.
For him.
And if you collect like 100 drones, you just win the game. Like you can blanket out Earth.
Yeah, you got him.
All right, how do we feel about our pools, gentlemen? How do you guys feel about the set so far? We've pulled a fair amount of the Smaugs. We pulled a Surge foil, a regular foil, and a non-foil of these storybook arts. So we have a nice little spread to kind of compare how they look visually. It's hard not to say that the Surge foil looks amazing.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's very clearly like that finish gives it that kind of mystical sheen over it, and it has that glow to the card. I love that we pulled Sauron.
Yeah, the Sauron's thing is
It's
incredible.
gonna be
piece
hard to
of
convince Danny not to just take that Sauron straight for his commander deck.
Yeah, I don't know if you think you're making it back to your car. Or not, like.
And then the Witch King of Angmar, I know the Nazgul deck is very, very popular for a lot of people.
Yeah,
I think specifically the Nazgul deck is the blue-black Nazgul King, the Witch King. But this one here is also a really great card to go into the deck itself. All right.
There's so much beautiful art here. I'm actually just thinking what I love about the way they've the key detail of these is all of these you have to look at a little bit closer to discover all the details. Very much like you're finding a very special book in a bookstore,
Yeah.
right? I just adore it. Absolutely stunning.
I think it's the attention to detail on something that they know that people are going to covet as something really incredibly special. You know, like a lot of these cards are going to end up as commanders, things that they're going to be the forefront of what they're trying to do. And I think I've always been this game. Like we come from very like artistic backgrounds, whether it's Warhammer or any of these things. And I always every time I put a commander deck together, it's like an artistic expression of the things that I want in there, and I'm always going to forego something that's clearly better for the deck if it doesn't feel like it fits
Absolutely,
to me.
100%.
And
Absolutely.
I think the more you can feel like the same way that a really competitive player is going to feel really attached to his competitive deck because he makes this one card that's an outlier that most people don't use, but he feels like he's really attached to that. I feel the same way with this, and this really allows you to then go back to your Lord of the Rings decks and like fill out some of those ports. You're like, oh, this is a really important part for me of the book, or important point that Tolkien was making.
The parts you want to wear in your sleeve, you're really going to be able to do it. I guess I have one final question for you. Of
course.
I'm a little bit nervous. I haven't pre-ordered my collector booster box from Lord of the Rings yet, but I still have time, obviously. If I don't manage to get one, where could I possibly get my singles from?
Now, of course, Kurgan, as a big Hobbit fan, you'll be relieved to hear that we will have Hobbit singles, ideally day one or that weekend of release on mbcollect.com. So Northern Board's website will have these singles available. So these cards that you've seen here pulled today will actually be going onto the website now. So you have a chance of going ahead and buying the Smaug Wicked Worm. You have a chance of, well, actually, we're not going to pretend. We're not going to have, Danny's grabbing a Sauron, but you might have a chance of buying a Sauron on mbcollect.com as well.
Incredible.
So definitely, they're really excited when we're cracking open a bunch more of these here, get them on the website day one for people who
like you can buy it from the website, but I'll fucking fire you for it.
Oh, no.
If you don't get the chance of pulling in any collector boosters yourself, you always still can buy the singles. And naturally, if you only want a couple decks, cards from the set.
How many days
singles.
after release day you reckon our collector boosters are going to last?
So I'll be honest with you. This is actually, you know what? This is a PSA. I'm going to say it. I've said to both of you that I'm not getting a box until at least the Monday. I'm going to give everyone a chance to get one because I believe that's the right thing to do.
I think anybody
listening, if you're not involved that first weekend, I'm eating the lot of them. No, I genuinely think we've got Thursday Night Commander coming up. We're going to have a bunch of people playing. I've been talking to people at those Thursday nights. We're trying to jump in myself where possible. I think these are going to disappear. We've already had a fair few pre-orders. I don't think they're going to last because the truth is as well, you've got two avenues here, right? People like myself who this is my world. This is everything I love in one thing. And the fact that it's a collection of art that I also get to play games with my friends, I can't ask for more than that. The only thing I could ask for more is, of course, excellent Games Workshop Citadel miniatures, which I also have as well. But like, genuinely, I love this. Also, there's going to be collectors. There's going to be investors. There's going to be the people that are chasing this to put away in the cupboard, right? So I don't think I'm going to get one on Monday.
What's your next hobby that you want Lord of the Rings to delve itself into?
Actually, realistically, in terms of what we have in the store, it already kind of exists, but I'd love someone to do a mainline of it, even if it was Games Workshop. Because you picked up those Fallout busts recently for painting. And I would love someone to just do all the 13 dwarves.
Figure painting.
Really scale them up a bit. And just purely for collecting.
I know you're not a movie fan, but in the movie, when they bound through the door, they all end up in a pile in front of the door. It'd be funny to have all the dwarves as a pile.
It would make
Get on it would
That'd be a cool paint project,
Alrighty.
Yes.
So we're at our mark. That's our box here. Out of 10, the Hobbit set.
Oh, I'm a hard 10.
Hard 10.
Absolutely. 13 out of 13 for the company.
I'm so hard.
And I'm a 10 out of 10 as well. I love the art in this set. I love fantasy art, and this is so evocative of everything that I enjoy in Magic the Gathering.
Did you complete the panorama of lands?
We did get one of each.
Yeah,
Hey,
one of each.
perfect.
All right.
Thank you so much, guys.
Take it again, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.